Why do you think people practice female genital mutilation?
Well, first of all, I would say that in my country, Zambia, for instance, it's not done at all. But wherever it's done, I must say it must be for selfish reasons by some men. It is something most unacceptable, and it must be stopped using whatever means possible.
So how would you characterize the issue of the, if you permit me, I will use FGM to qualify female genital mutilation.
Yes, yes.
So how would you characterize the issue of FGM today?
It is something unacceptable, it is something that is not right, and it must be stopped by everybody. And I think men have a role to play to ensure that it's not practiced anywhere at all.
Which reason do you think make people to really practice this FGM? Why do you think they are doing it?
It's difficult to understand why, but I do understand that it's basically for selfish reasons by some men. Not really by women, but women may not really know why it's done. So our view is that efforts by everybody must be put together to ensure that an end is put to this kind of practice.
For example, in your country, what progress has been made to reduce FGM in your own country?
Well, first of all, let me say I'm pleased to inform you that in my country, it's not practiced at all, that it has not been practiced at all. So I'm happy about that. But when you talk of human rights abuse, human rights are the same everywhere. So wherever it's practiced, I think people must come out in the open and denounce that. So I denounce it because it's not right.
Is it really an African tradition to practice FGM, or is just...
It is not. It is not because, according to history, it was never practiced many years ago in many parts of Africa. It is something that came about later, maybe in the medieval times, but it's not something that has always been there at all.
Why do you think the Europeans are afraid of FGM?
It's not that Europeans are afraid of it. I think that not only Europeans, but even Africans should come out in full support of those who are supporting an end to this kind of practice.
What do you think about medicalization, doctors and medical professionals doing the circumcision?
Well, some circumcision for men, that is acceptable.
Yeah.
In my country, for instance, it has been practiced by many people for a long time, not by everybody, but now it's being encouraged that it should be practiced by everybody in the country. It has been proved that for two reasons. One, from medical ground, it's circumcision of men is good. The rate of infection in areas where it's practiced is much less than areas where it is practiced. Yeah. It's not practiced.
But that of women?
Well, for women, there is no reason why she should have it. It is wrong. That's why I'm calling it a genital mutilation. It's mutilating some part of a human person. It's not acceptable.
If you will advise people who are campaigning against FGM, what steps do you think should be taken?
Well, first of all, it's important to involve many people, including doctors. People understand the system of a human being, the body. They should be saying that there is absolutely no reason why it should be practiced at all. And then secondly, I think from what I understand, for selfish reasons on the part of some men, it is not acceptable because they believe rather that when this system takes place among our women, the rate of immorality is reduced. That again doesn't make sense because it's to do with one's morals, with one's thinking, with one's knowledge.
For example, do you think the public or the campaign against FGM, are they really doing enough? Is the campaign
In my opinion, not much is being done. This issue must be brought to a higher level, particularly at the level of United Nations, for instance. United Nations should talk about it and then ensure that in countries where it is practiced, people understand that it is immoral, it is wrong, it's unacceptable. It is important to sensitize public opinion. And in this regard, I think it will be in order to meet leaders even from various religions. For instance, meet some leaders from the Christian community and from Islamic community and from various other religions and get their views, both men and women, because this is something that we have to fight against together. And if we can involve the church, if we can involve the religion into this, probably our battle will be won earlier and faster than we might otherwise do.
Thank you very much, sir. We do appreciate it.
My pleasure.